Y'all, crazy update. Crazy update. Are y'all ready? Hey you guys, you're watching my real life vlogs. Welcome back. Okay, look, let me sit down here. I'm trying to record this before Ann gets home from school. Okay, you see Ava back there, girl. Let me turn the camera this way. Okay, Ava said it's not the Ava life vlogs. Take me off of here. So I'm coming to y'all from the future, right? Weeks into the future. I'm recording this and then going back and putting it in this video because I'd actually recorded this video on New Year's Day, showing you guys the process of taking down Ann's locks and kind of like, you know, answering some of you guys' questions and that sort of thing. And Ava's fine, she's down there with all her toys and stuff. But anyway, back to Ann's locks, okay? So I just wanted to pop in and introduce this video, let you guys know, you know, the timing and stuff. As you're gonna see Christmas decorations in the background, all that stuff. So yeah, this is old. I was just sitting on the footage because I had some other stuff I had to do, but I can't wait to share this moment with you all. And I did explain a little bit of the why and the how and all that stuff a little bit into the video, so keep on watching. And then when you guys are done, when you get to the end, I'm gonna pop back in and kind of close everything out. So yeah, let's get into today's content. So I got some bath water in here with some nice bubbles. It's nice and warm. I'm getting ready to put my hair up because we are getting ready to get into some serious hair care right about now, okay? So I gotta put my hair up, honey. Today we are taking down Ann's locks. Yes, yes, yes. Today is the day. I'm really excited. We've thought long and hard on it, myself and her father. And we also did allow the input of some other family members as well to come to this decision. And I think in the end, she's looking at me right now, she's like, wait, what are you talking about? I think in the end, it's what's best for Ann. I will share a little bit about the decision process with you guys just in these next few minutes. And just realizing that, of course, we're doing what's best for us and what's best for our daughter. And we did consider her emotional state in all of this before making our final decision. So there's a couple things that were concerns. The hygiene of her hair was a big concern. While we were able to keep her hair pretty clean for the most part, it was really a challenge because she really wouldn't let us wash her hair. I think the biggest takeaway from this segment of the video is that Ann has very sensitive scalp issues in terms of sensory processing, and I think it's almost kind of similar to what you would see in like an 18-month-old if you were trying to style their hair and you were running into challenges and just decided not to style their hair that day. I think with Ann, it's like that but ongoing. She is not showing any signs of growing out of that, and it just seems to be a sensory processing disorder associated with her autism spectrum disorder diagnosis. My daughter also has intellectual disability, so we do run into trouble when we're trying to rationalize and, you know, explain things to her and negotiate, you know, and weigh benefits and things like that. We really can't do that in this scenario. We wish we could. We're happy for everyone who is able to do that with their children who are on the spectrum or not, but we are not able to do that. She started chewing off her locks, right? The ones in the front. She started to chew them off. So I don't know if you guys ever noticed, but the locks in the front are shorter, and it is because she was chewing them off. And it was a concern for us, and it also was a concern for her teachers at school who had observed the behavior. We also weren't able to style the hair as much as we thought we would when we were going into this process because she won't let us. Turns out locks for children are pretty involved in terms of maintenance and upkeep. Even the twisting process, even if we would do it just once a month, it would be a really hard once a month. And there was a lot of improvising going on to try and like maintain her locks to make them look presentable and make her feel pretty. And taking her to a salon at this time was not an option simply because of her really unique behaviors. With the process of removing her locks today, we're going to be combing them out from the root as far as they will comb out, and then we're going to be cutting them. We do not want to comb out her locks. I know that that is an option, and I know that very many people do that, but in this instance, as it relates to Ann in particular and all of her unique quirks and sensory processing problems, we will not be combing out her locks. So that will conclude the segment of explaining myself for this. I hope I answered all of you guys' questions. Now we're gonna go ahead and get started. Ann is so silly. Okay, so I'm gonna record this, but I'm gonna be very careful about it because this is actually bath time for her, so I don't want to record too much of her private bath moment, but I just wanted to share the products that I'm going to be approaching this with. So we're going to use the Royal Oils products for now. I'm running out of the conditioner, so I'm just going to go ahead and finish it off, and it's really good conditioner. So this is the scalp balancing conditioner. I'm going to use to comb her hair out as far as it'll go. At this moment, she has probably about 3 inches of new growth that has not technically locked yet. It may be more once I start combing it, but from what I can tell, it looks like about 3 inches. And then I'm gonna use the sulfate-free shampoo, the scalp care shampoo, to cleanse her hair once we get the locks off. To cut them, I'm using my Goody hair cutting shears from the beauty supply. And then I got my Felicia Leatherwood detangling brush just in case, not sure if we'll be using it. I got this little rat tail comb that's missing teeth. So I got all my tools ready. Right now, Ann is fully submerged in the water like she always does. It's up to her ears. The only thing coming out of the water is like her nose and her eyes and her mouth. She is floating on her back, having a ball, as you can hear. And so I'm just gonna let her finish, you know, letting the hair soak up as much water as possible. And then I'm going to go in and apply the conditioner and kind of let it start doing its slippery hair magic. Can I come in? Can I come in, sweet girl? Bye. Bye. She already like doesn't even want me to touch the locks. In the end, we just found that the locks, like we had this idea that they would solve all of our hair sensitivity, scalp sensitivity problems with Ann, when in actuality they just presented new problems. We just had to kind of weigh, you know, whether or not it was worth it to go in that direction or just go back to loose hair and just try and kind of figure it out from there. Yeah. Y'all, crazy update. Crazy update. Are y'all ready? So as I'm sitting here combing, you know, remember I was telling y'all I was trying to comb down so I could extend her hair as much as possible before cutting the lock off. As I was doing that, I just decided to try to just comb from the bottom and just see what happens. And y'all, I combed out one of her locks in like about 7 minutes. And then I counted all of her locks, and I'm like, she's got 67 locks. So if it takes 7 minutes to comb out one and do that 67 times, I could technically be done combing her locks out by the time she goes back to school. Hear me out, okay? I didn't want to do that, not because of the time-consuming part. I don't care about that. But I didn't want her to suffer, because I thought that would be a very difficult process for her. But yeah, Ann's hair texture is kind of not as coarse as I thought, and I'm able to just comb it out with this. I don't even need any special tools. It's just combing out. This is how much shed hair came out of one of her locks. Interesting. Okay, let me show y'all the one I combed out. Come here, Ann. So this is the one I combed out. I was so worried about the health of the hair after combing it out because I'm just not too sure about it or whatever. But anyway, this is how long her hair is once you go past the shrinkage. I don't know, that's a little bit of incentive for me to keep on trying it. I don't know, because Anthony's gonna kill me, girl, if I don't do this. Okay, y'all, let's see if she'll let me comb these locks out. Lord have mercy. Ann's like, I don't understand what is going on here. I know, sweet girl. I'm sorry you have to go through this. Okay, moved to the family room. I had to switch gears for a second. I went and got my bottle of water to spray on. I need that slip, you know what I'm saying? And I'm running out of the other conditioner. Come over here, sweet girl. Come over here. She's sitting on a comfy pillow. Yeah, let's put this underneath. And she's got her iPad, so right now she's fine, but I know I only have so much time before I'm gonna have to wrap it up. She's gonna be like, we're done here. So I'm just gonna get as much done as I can. She's like, what are you doing? We just nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy, sweet girl. Ooh, this cold wash smells good. Just using the cold wash because it's like really slippery, so I'm thinking maybe that'll help. And you know what I need? I need like a little garbage pail, maybe the one out the bathroom back there, and that's gonna be my pail just for collecting all the shed hair.
All right, Mayor, thank you for joining us, and we want to thank Chris O'Leary for being
Help.
with us this hour.
Oh my God, how did I get into this? I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna give up. Oh, I went all the way upstairs and forgot the metal rat tail comb. I need that one to break through some of these rough spots. Y'all, Anthony thinks I'm talking to him. He don't realize I'm vlogging. He's like responding. I'm talking to them. He's back here responding. I said something about the rat tail comb. He talking about, oh yeah. Like he's about to go get it. You know where it is. This is taking a very long periodically time. The buses are nasty. The buses are filthy. The buses is not new. Couldn't help it. Come on, Andy girl. Day 2 of the Loc takedown. More takeout for breakfast because ain't no time to cook. So far, it's taking 1 hour to take down 4 Locs. Not bad, not bad. Using a mixture of the metal rat tail part and this comb. Uh-oh. And this got me a dry bar detangling brush, so I'm gonna use this to detangle full on once we get the Loc actually down. And then I've just been putting the remaining hair into a big twist to keep it out of the way. So far, Ann is having a very difficult time with this, so I don't know. We gotta take a break. Well, we are taking a break right now. Christmas decor is still up. Hopefully we can start taking that down this afternoon. Oh yeah, and we're switching to the Regency Night Leave-In Detangler. You ate that bacon. You ate that bacon, girl. You ate that bacon. Let's watch one of the Frozens or something for Ann.
The original Lion King, maybe she'll like that.
Oh yeah, turn that on. Yep. All right, so what you guys see here is me trying to develop a system, a process. I'm still learning, still trying stuff, so I don't have one set just yet, but I'm trying to figure it out. So I'm starting off by like applying tons of water. I know that I need that. Applying a ton of the detangler and or conditioner would be the next step. And then going in with my metal piece of my rat tail comb and just loosening up the tangles first, and then going in with the regular fine tooth comb and combing them out, then stopping and going in with my fingers and finger detangling just to remove a bunch of the shed hair out of the way, and then just repeating those steps up the shaft of the Loc until I get to the loose part, and then I can go in and detangle the full length of the loose hair with my dry bar detangling brush. So yeah, like I said, at this point that you guys are watching, I'm still trying to figure it out, so I don't have that full system in place, but I knew going into it for sure I was going to be taking my time, I was going to be gentle. The name of the game is to retain as much of her length as possible and to reduce breakage and damage as much as possible. One of the things that I did notice when I was doing this little picking technique is that if you stretch the Loc out while you pick kind of simultaneously, it helped with detangling, so you didn't have to work as hard. But the trade-off is that those finger muscles right there between the thumb and the index get really sore doing it this way. So you just have to figure out what works for you. Too much to take in, more to find than can ever be found. So I'm rolling high, like a fire in the sky. Fire in the sky, keep raging tall on the endless ground. It's the circle of life, and it rules us all. We're gonna be wrapping up soon. I'm only gonna do 4 hours a day on this takedown for her, so I don't wear her out. Now that all the hair is loosened, or I guess separated, I'm just gonna take this comb and remove all of the shed hair from the shaft. So it's giving this kind of thing. We start at the bottom. Can't even fit it in the frame. Then this is just for hair removal. I added a little water and we're just removing the shed hair.
As you know, I have tremendous.
Okay. I'm kind of gonna avoid the root detangling until the end because I think that's just gonna put Ann in an unnecessarily uncomfortable position. We'll just delay it until later and we'll do it all at the same time. Okay, so there we go. Most of the shed hair is out of there. And then I'm just going to twist it into this chunk of hair here. So this is all the loose hair that we've already done. And we're just going to twist this in and hold it off to the side. Put your hand down, sweet girl. Turn this down a little bit. Hey there, good afternoon. It's just noon and we are finishing up our first session. It is now taking me 30 minutes to take down each lock. So for every 2 locks, I have to eat an hour because her hair is a lot longer as we're getting closer to the middle of her head, which is fine. We're just taking our time. Tools of choice, gotta have the water, gotta have this thing to pick at the tangles, and then using this one to comb it through and get rid of all the shed hairs and things of that nature. So Anne's hair is very, very long, a lot longer than I had anticipated before going into this. So some of the shorter locks that she kind of chewed off or broke off are easier to get through in terms of time consumption, and so it's taking like 15 minutes to get through those ones. But the majority of the locks are really long and are taking, stop it, and are taking half an hour per lock. So it's taking a long time, but I'm just taking my time, gently, you know, detangling it so that we have, you know, we minimize breakage, and we'll get through it. We'll get through it. Okay, here's day 3, right? And by the time we got here, I had my process locked in. I kind of knew what I was doing. I had my groove, okay? So what I learned was that the more water you use, the better. Trying to do this in any kind of way dry is going to be a disaster. The more conditioner, of course, the better. You need to really saturate that lock. I also found, you know, benefits in finger detangling to minimize breakage, of course, but using that pick like sideways and upside down and all around the lock versus just tackling it straight from the top definitely helped with loosening up that lock so that you could comb it out. Hey! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't be no bad girl, okay? Sit your tanky butt down.
In the description, you've been watching the entire history of humankind. Thanks again. The scales gleam the light. The chest gently rising and falling with each tranquil breath in and out. Silk is moving. There is a crashing sound. Something huge is moving towards her. Its hair, it belongs to an animal that stands 3 meters tall and weighs up to 300 kilograms. It is
Gigantopithecus. Mommy kiss.
Unblinking eyes. Methodically, he strips the leaves from the tree.
Hi.
For all the foliage, Gigantopithecus quickly exhausts the tree's offerings. There is nothing for him here. With a low rumble that resonates in his barrel-like chest, he turns back, but his quest is ultimately hopeless one.
Give me kiss. Give me kiss.
You might imagine that this beast lived many million, 200,000 years ago. Hominids have been living in China for over 1 million years, meaning that our
wait, Annie. Get back. Annie, come back. Anne, what a gremlin. She saw her chance to escape and she took it.
The Miocene epoch, therefore, was not just a planet of the apes in terms of the sheer number of species. A tangled jungle bursting with ape species. And so by comparison, the climate, once conducive to lush forests and abundant life, started to shift. In Anatolia and so many other parts of the world, the forests began to disappear. Indeed, perhaps this is why Anadalusius' descendants may have uprooted themselves and ended up in Africa. Hey, laden with an assortment of small items ranging in colour from pearly white to discoloured yellow. The shopkeeper calls are actually the teeth of fossilised mammals. And the big one is just what he's been searching for. It was Gigantopithecus, and our knowledge of this giant ape is limited to a handful of specimens, like the ones von Koenigswald found in Chinese pharmacies. Extinction represents the end of an evolutionary journey.
Okay, Annie, let go, let go, let go.
Marine organisms, evergreen and lush forests, to savanna-like landscapes which becoming drier and drier with each passing year. Perhaps it was these with faster reproduction, much lower calorie needs, the Neanderthals, and claimed the Pleistocene world as their own.
Okay, we're done. Got the bathwater ran. Okay, so I had to go to Sally's right quick and get a few supplies that I did not already have. So first things first, I needed a slippery conditioner. So I went for this Aussie Miracle Curls. Okay, got coconut and jojoba and blah blah blah. Let's just hope it has slip to do the final detangling, after which I wanted to do a protein treatment. There were 2 recommended to me. This one is by Shea Moisture, so I went with this one. And you know, And then because we're gonna be blow drying, I wanted to get a heat protectant. This one also came highly recommended by the professionals. Beyond the Zone, it's called Turn Up the Heat Thermal Styling Protection. And then last but not least, I wanted to get a new styler for Ann to try on her curls. And this is the Dew Cream, Twist and Curl Cream. It boasts the perfect twist out, so we are going to see. I knew I wanted something thick and creamy to give her more of a voluminous look. I didn't want anything super defining, which would make her hair appear more stringy, because we're trying to get away from that. And I'm trying to add volume so we can really appreciate and enjoy the beauty of her newly loose hair. Oh, it smells really good. All right, we got our bathing suit on. Turn this way, sweet girl, turn around. Okay, so this is the current state of her hair, fresh out of the lock takedown. The only thing on here right now is like water and conditioner residue. Turn around, sweet girl, we gotta show them the back, show them the back. As you can see, very stringy from being twisted for 3 years. We wanna get this cleaned, conditioned. Okay, sweet girl. I'm gonna detangle most of the way using my Felicia Leatherwood detangling brush. You have to keep your hair wet a little bit, okay? I did a lot of detangling before getting to this point, so there is not a lot of shed hair still left. I'm really happy to see that she still has a lot of bounce and a lot of shrinkage, which shows signs of hair health. So I'm happy to see that. Come here, get back over here. Alright. Can you put this on? Ready? She let me blow dry it out. I just want to trim it a little bit for her. Okay, okay, okay. She doesn't want me to, but I'm gonna trim some of this off. Okay, I tried to trim it a little bit just to get some of the super kinky areas off. Somebody is so sick of me. I know, you did good today. Just so that we could comb through it easier. You got a pee-pee? Go, go. Okay, I managed to get it wrapped and under the stocking cap and the scarf. Oh my God, y'all have no idea. Okay, we'll see how it looks in the morning. She's over me, she's over me. Good morning, headed to school. Mommy's fresh home from the gym, so excuse the appearance. Okay, I promise this is the last day. Fool around with this hair, okay. So we did some flat twists, turn this way. Flat twists last night. Now see, I told you guys she was gonna wear her hair in that ponytail yesterday, and she did. Yeah. All right, turn this way. Let me move the camera over here. Let me move it over here so we can get some better light. Let's see, is that better? Ava just woke up. Say hi. Anthony. Anthony. join. Somebody has to join. Good morning, little baby. Come on. Somebody wanted to floss. Somebody wants to floss all morning. Okay, we gotta take the twist down, okay? So like I mentioned, we used this product here to install the twists. Y'all, this smells so, so good. Come on, Ann. Alrighty, so the ones in the front, I parted them too small, so I already knew these were gonna be kind of stringy, but we're gonna try to blend it in with the other larger portions of hair. So let's take these down. Turn this way, sweet girl. Turn this way. And wait. Okay, her curls didn't really hold very well because of the straightness. And come here. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Hey, wait. Exercise. Let's check it out.
Hey, let me check you out.
Turn around. Okay, so now you see why I had to pop back in, okay? There's a lot that was left unanswered. So I didn't even get to vlog the actual day when Ann went for her picture day and stuff. I didn't get to vlog that because it was so chaotic on the day of her pictures. It was very, very chaotic. So her hair didn't turn out the way I thought it would with the little flat twisting, so we ended up just going with some curl wand curls, and they were so cute. I'm gonna insert some footage so you guys can kind of see the outcome of that. It was super, super cute. We still haven't gotten the pictures back yet, but I'm looking forward to it because I already know it's gonna be fire. So overall, right, I want to give you guys like my feedback about this process, okay? Number one, all right, I would not necessarily recommend combing out locks. It is not for everybody. It is for the most about it of the population, and that maybe 10%. It is not for everybody, y'all. I'm telling you, it took us 5 days to get it complete, 5 full days, and I had to be very strategic about managing the time around it. I had to have the whole day planned out. I couldn't do anything else. I had to only focus on the combing out process. It was killing me, y'all. By the time I got like halfway in, you know, where you can kind of like see the light at the end of the tunnel, but there's still so much more left to do, I was really starting to feel defeated. Like it was bad. Like most of the hardships of combing out locks is like psychological, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, your back might be hurting, you might be like, oh, I'm tired of sitting down, my thumb is hurting, my wrist is hurting, you know, there may be like those little things, but that is kind of like easier to overcome, I think, than the psychological part, because the psychological part is like, I want to quit. Like, where are the scissors? Like, this is ridiculous. Why did I do this? Then you start beating yourself up, then you start all these regrets, you start thinking, was this the right timing to start this? Maybe I should have started this next month, or all of that. That is the hard part. So what got me through it was pretty much YouTube videos, girl. Look at Ava about to mess up my camera setup. Stop it, girl. Stop it. You thinky butt. They did that. You need to get over here and play with your toys, okay? Stop it. You want to mess with everything you got no business messing with. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, y'all, what was I saying? No, for real, do I have to rewind and see where I left off? So yeah, that was the hardest part, right? Just getting through that. Ann was chilling, as you guys saw. She had her iPad, she had her snacks, and we took a ton of breaks, Like I would take down one lock, the ones that were taking like an hour, I would just like take down one, I would let her take a break, and then we would get right back in the trenches. That's what I was calling it, girl. I was like, come on, Ann, we gotta get back in the trenches. Because that's what it felt like, the trenches. Anthony was really encouraging. He was like helping me with Ann, you know, when she started to get a little antsy and had trouble getting through like one of those 1 hour lock takedowns, he would like get involved and entertain her, sing to her, rub her feet, like whatever, you know, just to get her, you know, to cooperate with the process so we could at least get through it. It was rough though. It was rough because there was a lot of tangles, and you know, you're combing through matted hair. So she was struggling a little bit, but our girl got through it, you know, she wasn't really tripping. And we only had like one crying spell, I think, like towards the end when she was about as over it as I was. I think that's the only crying spell we had. But like it helped to like plan out meals, you know, so you have like stuff like at the ready, so you don't waste time and draw the process out much longer than it needs to be. And I think with Anne's hair texture, that coupled with the length of her lock, it didn't take as long as I've seen some videos talk about how long it can take. I saw one video where this girl was like, one lock was like 2.5 hours. One, she had a different hair texture, and then two, her locks were much longer, you know what I mean? But I don't regret doing this, y'all. I don't regret in terms of combing it out versus cutting it, because she was able to retain some length. So she kind of went like right back to like her regular scheduled program. Like we went right back to being able to style her hair, you know, whatever. Whereas if I had big chopped, we would have had to start over with like hairstyle options. You get what I'm saying? Like I would have had to like figure out new ways of styling her hair for the different occasions and stuff, versus like with the length, I could just go right into what I know, you know, ponytails, you know, blow dry, twist out, flat twist, whatever. I could just go right into, you know, those options. You know, I know some people are curious as to whether or not Anne, you know, likes her hair better, because like I remember my aunt was asking me that, like, oh, does she like her hair better now that it's loose and, you know, she can have these different styles? And y'all, here's the thing, I'm gonna tell you, just like I told my auntie, she's indifferent. She doesn't care. She didn't care then, she doesn't care now. Like there's been no real difference. Like she's not in the mirror more, like it's the same stuff, because Anne doesn't really give a damn, you know. The taking down of the locks was more for like her caregiver, you know. That was more to make my job easier so I could help her more with her hygiene, her being less miserable for styles, you know, different things like that. That's what this was for. But yeah, the hygiene thing was a huge piece. And as I was combing out her locks, I didn't find any weird debris or anything in her hair. There were a couple moments where I found some lint. Oh, some of the locks toward the front did have some food particles in them, because like I mentioned earlier, she was chewing her locks and she was chewing them with or without food in her mouth. It did make her no difference. So there was some food particles, and I was just like really satisfied to be able to get those out of there and comb them out and get rid of it. So where we are now, we've gone through 2 shampoo cycles with her hair, and so she's gotten a lot better with me washing her hair. She's trusting me more now, so we're able to do it over the kitchen sink, and she kind of lays there. And it's still a struggle. I still have to work with her on it, but it's not as struggly as it was before. And that was with or without the locks, right? Like she's maturing a little bit. But when it comes to the blow drying and the twisting and things like that, it's still really rough. Like if I want to set her hair with a twist out, if I want to blow dry it, she does give me a lot of pushback on that, because it's the manipulation, it's touching, it's getting involved with her hair and her scalp, and she doesn't like that. But at least now, by the hair being loose, if there's something that gets in her hair, I can get it out easier, versus the locks where it was like whatever got in her hair, it was like in her hair, and it would have been like really involved for me to get in there and try to like really get it out, you know? So we eliminated that obstacle by combing out the locks. And after going through that process, I definitely would say, I wish I could invent, right, a product to make that picking process a little bit easier, because for us, the picking was the most effective way to get that lock loosened up to be broken down. And I was using, you know, that long rat tail comb, but if I had something that was like short with like a more ergonomic handle on it, I could have really, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that conditioner, that soaking it down with the water, major key. Like that's really all you can do. And there's no shortcuts to this thing. Like that's it, you know. You can't be like, I'm tired of doing this, let me speed up. You know, that's the psychological part that like wears on you, because you can't. It's not a skill set that can speed this thing up. You have to dig into a different part of your soul to get through it, because you cannot speed up. You know, you might be tired, you might just have to give yourself a break or something, but thinking you can just quickly rush through this last lock right here, it's gonna take you the same amount of time it took the last one. It's nothing you can do. And I tried, trust me, I tried. I was like, I can do this. I can quickly finish this one. I'll be done by this time. I'll be in the bed. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I try to give myself like an amount to finish per day. Like, I'll finish at this time on this day. I had to rethink that real quick, okay? But I do think it helps to, you know, test a few locks, you know, and like see where you're at in terms of time, and then do the calculations for what it would take to finish the rest. And that way you can plan for when you'll be finished. So if you need to like take off work, or, you know, get something done before a vacation, before some major plans or anything like that, you know, I think it does make sense to create a timeline for yourself. And so I definitely did that, and that's how we were able to finish right before her freaking picture day. I think if you don't do that, those are the people whose lock takedowns go into like weeks and months and like all that kind of stuff. If you really want to be serious about getting finished, give yourself a timeline based on the math, the real math. Okay, it takes an hour to take them down. I got 50 locks. We're talking 50 hours. How do I want to divvy that up? You see what I'm saying? And some of the smaller locks, like in the nape of her neck and around the edges, were a lot quicker to take down. Those were only like 15 minutes. But some of the thicker ones were all located like in the middle here. And those were the ones that were 1 hour to take down, not a minute less. So yeah, I don't want to keep y'all any longer than I already have. I just wanted to really thank y'all for watching this video, right? Thank y'all for some of your more thoughtful questions and all the encouragement that you guys gave throughout this entire process. A lot of you guys have been supportive of my decisions for Ann and, you know, around her condition from the very beginning. And I appreciate you guys so much for that. It helps. It makes me feel like y'all are kind of like family a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, you know, y'all have been here through it all, and through your comments and your kind words and your encouragement and your advice, you know, it does feel like very much so a connection, and it feels very much so like family. So I love y'all so much for that, and I appreciate y'all. And there will be more content around Ann's hair, you know, because we're on a little bit of a journey with it now. We got to get it back restored, you know, into a healthy place. We got to get more trims, and I'll be doing all of it myself because there's not a hairstylist in the world that's going to deal with what Ann has to offer, hun. I'm telling you right now. They not dealing with it, you know, her putting her hands like this and all that. Ain't no styles about to deal with that. So I'm gonna have to do it, right? So I'm educating myself, and I'm just trying to, you know, do the best I can. And we will be doing more trims because I think she does need it. And we're gonna be doing more treatments and things on her hair just to restore it to a healthier looking place. And I hope this video was helpful for anyone who's like thinking about embarking on a lock comb out journey. Watch this video first, okay? And take it from me, honey. You're in for a wild ride, okay? But yeah, overall, hoping this video was at least educational, if not entertaining. Thank y'all so much. I love you guys. And I will talk to you in my next one.